What is up? What is happening? I hope everybody's doing well. So we just 100%ed 6.2.1, and I figure like every time I do this, I'll go in while all the fights are fresh in my mind, and I'll do like a 100% guide. It's not going to be. I'll try to find the middle ground between not going into too much detail and not skipping over stuff. So we'll just start here with the left. Now these paths without gates tend to be on the easier side. You've got Star-Lord, Drax, Groot, Gamora, Yondu. These fights are aggression, fury, some pilfer. There is the global node of life cycle. Basically, you get a shield buff, and every time you use a heavy or knock the champion down, it removes the shield buff. The duration of time that the shield buff is not active increases by every heavy or time you knock down the defender. Basically, and then so the good rule of thumb for this is get them down to 1 or 2%, 3%, 4%. Use a heavy, that you've been using throughout the fight. You remove the shield buff, and then you use your L3. You can kill them while the shield is inactive. Okay, so then we jump over to B. Again, nothing crazy. The nodes, nothing. You got oscillate, which isn't fun. I don't really like oscillate. You do have a Korg over here. I used Quake for Korg. Quake does a lot, man. In this chapter, Quake is just she's a questing machine, but you can kind of time all the stuff out with the shield where you Quake style. You make sure you have an L1 at the end of the fight. You drop a heavy while they're stunned at like 2 or 3%, and then within a second you throw your L1 and you can catch them while that shield's down, even if you haven't heavied very much. So that's a pretty easy path. That Korg is a little trouble. Gulk can be a little difficult, but nothing too crazy. You're gonna jump over to jump over to, I believe it's C. Now C is a bitch. This path sucks. It's probably the hardest path on the map, I think. Everybody's stun immune. This guy's going unblockable half the time when he has smash. Basically, the way it all works is stun immunity and the life cycle node can be difficult. Luckily, all of these guys, you can punish their heavy with your heavy, so you're just taking a lot of block damage. Now, everybody's manageable. Dude, this Rolk fight is a bitch. Stun immunity and rage. Now, the way rage works with this node, with the global node, is crazy. You need a champ who's not gonna push him past the 5 rage, because once he's unblockable, you're not going to be able to get your heavies in anywhere. Except for baiting out the L1, but that's a lot of hitting into the block. I tried that; it's very time consuming. Okay, so you need a champ who's not going to hit that point, the 2.5% of the max health. And when you get him down low, if you hit him when that shield is active, and it's a killing blow, he regens back up to like 8 or 9%. And with rage, you're just going to be kind of cycling through this thing. And it's crazy. So you want to just be doing heavies nonstop. Get him down to, if you can manage it, get him down to 1%. And then use a heavy, or 2%. You want 2%. Use a heavy, remove the shield buff, and then go in. I don't know. It's a crazy fight. I don't even remember how I did it. I think I got a little lucky, but yeah, that fight's gnarly. Okay, so then if we jump over here, these are the other ones without gates. This one's super easy. It's just cosmics. I don't know what the bubble shield, nothing crazy, cornered. It's all pretty easy. Coming over to B, we've got mutants. Nobody's really that hard. You got a Juggy here. Beardo just annihilated everything. I use Sparky. She's feeding Vigor, so, you know, Beardo, Void, whatever, you just destroy. The Cosmics over here is probably the second hardest fight because they are all aspect of war. So they're going to be unblockable, and it's really hard to get your heavies in. Honestly, I just used revives and just got through it. Got to use like 5 revives on this path, maybe a little bit more. But, you know, you can make it work. You get through it. Just be prepared to use items. Or I did. I mean, Beardo or BG obviously got through it without items, but, you know, he's crazy. Anyways, so that's that. That's probably the second hardest path. Then the rest of them are pretty manageable. The ones with the gates aren't that bad. We look at A, where with the mutants, your really only difficulty is going to be Nick Fury, but if you use a mutant there, it won't be a problem. Let's see, so then you got to use all Cosmics, or 2 Cosmics, I should say. Nothing crazy here either. Pretty straightforward. You got a unblockable Finale for War Machine, but that's honestly not that bad. I made that work with Sparky. Sparky's really good if there's unblockable because you can get back-to-back L1s when they're down really low. So you use an L1, you remove the shield, they're stunned, and then you go in again. That one's pretty great. Then you need 2 techs. Not a big deal. This might have been maybe the third hardest path because of I thought I was almost screwed with her, but then I realized that Beardo with a Cosmic armor breaks, and that's really helpful for her. You can just reverse his healing. That's not a big deal. Yeah, you need some hero reversal. Then you need 2 6-stars, which, again, not terribly difficult. You only have to worry about this Corvus, who has unblockable Finale. So, you know, just be prepared for that. Ebony Maw, Quake, is a really good option. So all of these paths lead to this Dormammu, who is totally manageable with Beardo, Quake, Blade, a lot of options for that fight. And then this Sim Supreme boss is pretty fun. If you have a Beardo, then you're set. Bunch of other, you just want champs that aren't going to proc buffs or who have passive buffs. All right, guys, well, I hope that was informational. That was a little guide to 100%ing 6.2.1. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll check you guys later. Peace.